Hi everyone, hope you guys are doing well. So I was going through the blog yesterday and I figured that there's a post on PPT making for case studies, which I thought can be pretty well converted into a video because I can then explain what all we did while making those. So before I begin with this video, I would just like to put across the fact that I had never participated in case study competitions before. It was only at IIM Ahmedabad that I started participating in them, and till now we our team has actually won four national case study competitions, and the insights that I'm going to share are going to be out of those ppts that we made. So I would begin by sharing the case study example of one of the companies for which we participated. This is Oyo Catalyst. The reason I want to share this is so that you know the agenda behind any such competition. Companies try to crowdsource ideas from students, and in return, they are willing to offer some cash prize and some recognition so that they have a lot of ideas to experiment with at a very minimal cost. Plus, they also have their branding in place. So, that's what a case study competition means. Now, from the point of view of participation, first thing you need to know is that there are a couple of myths that exist out there. I would like to burst them first. Okay, so the first thing is that people think that if they are undergraduate students or if they are first year students, they cannot participate in these competitions, or even if they do, they are not going to win because there are MBA grads out there. How can they compete with them? Second years have more exposure. This is totally not true. The competitions that we participated in had a lot of teams in the top 10 from both these categories. Coming to data analysis or the requirement of being an expert of marketing or finance, none of these is required. What is required is a good team. So by that I mean people you can gel well with. It's totally fine if one of them doesn't know how to do financial statements ka work or marketing work. That's still chill. But what is not chill is being with people that you cannot share your ideas with, or who are going to argue on the ideas for so long that the PPT is never going to get made, or people who don't have the same priorities as you. Next is PPT skills and creative bent of mind. So we'll share a lot of examples ahead, though this will get covered. And regarding the market research part, so there are two kinds of research which are done. One is your primary research and the other is secondary. Primary is the data which is not already available out there, which is what you do. So maybe you circulate a form asking your friends to fill it, asking the target set to fill it, or maybe you go around and ask the consumers, conduct interviews, or you go out in the market and you conduct interviews with retailers, with outlets. So this is the primary research out of which you're going to get your first hand insights. There is another research which is called the secondary research. Now in secondary research, you utilize the data which is already available out there, which might be relevant to your topic, and you have to mention the source of that secondary research that you do. Regarding the secondary research, I'll be sharing some links in the description box. You can go and check. Those are the blog posts that I wrote some months ago. It contains a list of sources that we used to utilize during our case study preparation times. Okay, now let's discuss the structure of these competitions once. So, generally, there are three rounds, and we are going to discuss the strategies for each and every round, as in how to prepare the PPTs. So in the first round, around 100 teams are going to get shortlisted out of the thousands of teams which participate, and generally 1 to 3 slides are required to be submitted in this round. Here I have three strategies to share with you. So the first strategy is to leave no blank spaces. And the logic behind it is that whoever is evaluating the first round PPTs is definitely not looking at the depth of the ideas or the feasibility of the ideas, because there are thousands of applications. So one criteria that potentially can be used is how comprehensively have the teams conducted their research or done the groundwork, which automatically gets reflected by how filled up your slides are. The second strategy is to have your market research in place. Now, I already mentioned that this is important, but what you need to take care of is that in the first round, focus more on the secondary research and save the primary one for later rounds. The last strategy of this round is to include some wireframes in your concept, which will make it easier for your audience to understand what your idea basically is. So, for example, if you see here, we use just custom animation in our PPTs to try to explain what our idea was all about. This brings us to round two, in which you're going to present your PPT to someone at the brand manager level. In this round, you'll have around 5 to 10 slides, and in this round, I have two strategies for you. The first strategy is to use primary insights. Primary insights are observations that you come across during your interactions with consumers, but the company might not already be tapping on them. For example, we realize that people don't purchase body wash online as frequently as they do offline because they're not able to smell the fragrance of the brand. So the new trials are very low. Similarly, you can have other insights for whatever problem you're trying to solve and put them here, because when you discuss these with the brand manager, they're really going to appreciate it. The second strategy is to include concept videos, which is very similar to what I said about wireframes. The only difference being that most of these conversations or calls are over Skype or Zoom. Because of this, when you explain the concept using a video, the impact will be much better as compared to a wireframe. Okay, so in the final round, you'll be presenting to the CXOs and you'll have around 10 to 12 slides. In this round, the slides are more spacious as compared to the ones we discussed earlier, or the ones I showed you earlier. But one thing that differentiates the winning teams from the other teams in this round, from my experiences, that every team has some hygiene factors in place. They have good PPTs, they have done the market research. But what distinguishes the winning team is that they are able to present their idea better than others. Now, that can be in the form of some ad concept that they've created or some animation that they've presented. But I'll show you one example that we used, which was of a prototype. If you remember, I shared that there was this primary insight we found that people are not able to purchase new brands online, especially if they are fragrance based. Now, what we suggested was that Palmolive should come up with a tester pack wherein the consumers can try different variants by ordering it online for a minimal cost, which might induce new trials of the different variants. Now, to come up with a presentation for this, we first created a prototype on the slides that we had. After that, after round 2, we actually created the live prototype, the one that you see on the screen. In fact, we took it to the CXOs, we showed it to them. I'll also show you the tester packs. It was so amazing. I mean, I think this was the thing that differentiated us from the other teams, and which is probably why we won. But honestly, I feel like any differentiating factor that you can have should be in terms of your presentation. Everything else becomes hygienic in this round. Okay, so guys, this was all from my end. I hope you found the points to be insightful. Do let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and you can note down this URL. I'll also share all the relevant links in the description again. Please don't forget to check them. Thank you for watching the video.